Well, it looks like the Justice Department finally caught Trump red-handed after their raid. They finally got into the boxes and got what they were looking for, and it looks like it's pretty damning stuff, perhaps. Republicans that are reacting to the damning, they spelled damning wrong. This is from Salon out of MSN. DOJ filing of found Mar-a-Lago docs with cries of staged evidence. So is it real or is it staged? Well, we'll continue. So this is a new Justice Department filing released on Tuesday revealed that White House records kept in a storage room at Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago resort were likely concealed and removed before the FBI's investigation into the former president's mishandling of sensitive material. A 36-page filing included a new set of 100 documents with classification markings and a picture of the classified documents featuring files labeled top secret and secret atop ostentatious Mar-a-Lago carpeting. Amidst the revelation that the former president apparently attempted to obstruct a federal investigation in the months leading up to the search, his right-wing defenders are flailing to find anything to detract from and dismiss this explosive news. Why? Well, because they said so. And here is the picture in question. So apparently all of this stuff that was, super sensitive, it might be nuclear secrets or who knows what he's got, but we're going to authorize a raid on the former president's house. And they find that all of the stuff is just, like lying around on the carpet? Does anyone believe that? I mean, if you have to be a really hardcore Trump hater to actually believe that he would just leave all of these documents after he was already being scrutinized and he knew that they had to be, kept under lock and key. Plus he had, Secret Service guarding his compound. I mean, why would he just have them just laying out like that? Makes no fucking sense, except they think that you're that fucking stupid that you'll believe it. You hate Trump so much that you want to believe that he was just digging around, just threw all of this shit around and just left for his vacation in New York. So it's completely stupid. And then I got this little Time magazine sitting out there in front because it's obviously a stage. They set it up that way. They put all the little paperwork on top of it, marked it all, left it sprawled out, and put these Time magazine things. Does that anyone actually believe that's exactly the way they found it? They were just conducting their raid, going through Melania's wardrobe, going through Trump's safe and his desk and all of that stuff when they already knew where the stuff apparently was. They were in his house, I don't know, was it 9 hours, 30 agents, something like that. And you think, well, they just found everything just sitting right there. Why did it take 9 hours to dig through it? So they staged a photo op for the Beltway, the blue check marks for all of the Trump haters out there, so that they can latch onto this and go, oh my God, can you believe he would do that? Just it confirms what they already think about how much they hate him and how much contempt he has for, I guess, the Department of Justice and classified records. Like these are supposed to be nuclear secrets that he was going to give off to Russia or Iran that he was selling, just some total BS. So it's completely ridiculous. I think they really overplayed their hand again, but it's mostly contempt for how stupid they think people are to believe this total BS, because it backfired badly. They had no reason to make a raid on Trump's Mar-a-Lago estate, and then they tried to spin it and saying maybe nuclear secrets or something, and then when that didn't work, they sent out this heavily redacted report showing what they needed, and then when that didn't work, then they showed this stupid photo. Why didn't they show this in the very beginning? So it's just completely, they're grasping at straws here, hoping you'll believe something that they put out, but it's not working. And I'm even reading this out of Salon, who clearly hates Trump. So they're saying other conservatives on Twitter refuse to acknowledge the picture is real. Well, the picture itself, somebody took a picture, somebody set that up, but that ain't the way that they found that. That's bullshit. And I'm a liberal, and I'm calling that fucking bullshit. I don't care who it is. You just use your fucking brain. Unless you're being paid by Salon or these left-wing hack outlets to spin the propaganda and to try to save face for this embarrassing debacle at the Mar-a-Lago raid. So Republican Ronnie Jackson went to Fox News to cast doubt on the filing. No one trusts the FBI or the DOJ anymore. Absolutely good point. And we've got 20 whistleblowers in the FBI saying that Christopher Wray is politicized and he needs to go. And it's gotten to that point. Nobody should trust the FBI or the Department of Justice anymore under this crooked administration. And they see Donald Trump and all of his supporters as the enemy. And that photo does not help it. I mean, they must sit there internally and just think, oh, okay, well, this is great for the liberal media, the blue check marks on Twitter, the useful idiots that actually still believe the propaganda bullshit that they throw out there. But I mean, for the rest of us that you have critical thinking skills, it just looks pathetic. And it's, again, another reason not to trust the FBI. So former acting DNI Richard Grinnell linked to a tweet for New York Times reporter hack Maggie Haberman calling on her to stop swallowing the government's constant spin and do journalism. Yeah, but the problem is if she started doing real journalism, she wouldn't work at the New York Times anymore. They'd tell her to go. She'd be outcast. She'd be ostracized. She would be a pariah in her industry if you don't march in lockstep with the talking points, unfortunately. But that is where we are now. So president of the far-right group, Judicial Watch, I guess everybody's far-right who's not a fucking hardcore communist. So Tom Fitton also backed his false claim, saying that the Biden FBI staged a dishonest photo with purportedly classified material and called government agencies irredeemably corrupt. And then, of course, Liz Cheney, who got absolutely shellacked in a primary for going after the president, is going to continue to spin this BS. Yet more indefensible conduct by Donald Trump revealed this morning. She wants to believe it so badly. So here's a tweet from Jack Posobiec. Notice that the FBI even staged the Time Mag cover here. Like, okay, so even if you could possibly believe that Donald Trump would be so careless as to just throw all of these sensitive documents around the office, and that he would actually have this box of like Time magazine, why that picture, why that cover? It's so bizarre. But I mean, they had 9 hours in there, the FBI, and apparently some of them are, were involved with the Crossfire Hurricane and spying on his campaign, and perhaps were trying to take some of those documents out that may have implicated them in these crimes, which would give a reason for them to actually go in there. And then they're going to try to set this up. They just need something to stick. And then they can use that to try to ruin his chances in 2024. But I think this is going to backfire badly again. And it's time for Christopher Wray to step down. It's time for Merrick Garland to step down. The Biden administration. This is terrible. No matter how you feel about this, this is not the way things are done in America. This is third world country bullshit, and it needs to stop. We have a corruption problem. I don't care how much you hate Trump. This is breathtaking corruption at the highest levels, and it will be turned on everybody else too. So it's time to stop this now before it escalates any further. And here you go. They had nothing. They searched looking for something. It was a fishing expedition. When they didn't find it, they redacted everything to make it look like it was just too sensitive. And when that didn't work, then they just staged a photo. I mean, they think you're that stupid, and they need you to believe this because a lot of these people did some criminal shit, and they're going to be in a lot of trouble if we can turn this thing around. And they are desperate to hope that you don't find out about that and start looking at them, because they're the ones that need to be in trouble for this. Not Trump, not the Make America Great Again crowd. This was bullshit, and they got caught. And that's all I've got on this one. Thank you for listening. We'll see you next time.